Oh,
I
she can
love.
fix her career easily. She can just go on a kissing baby tour. She can do what you know Jenna Ortega does. Go talk to the fans, hang out with the fans. She can do what, like you said, Johnny Depp does, which is go kiss babies. Cancer ward. She can do all this things. She could dress up as Snow White and run around Disney. She could visit, taquerias for something dressed as Snow White. I mean, she could do all myriad of things where she can just give back to the community, build up her fan base, don't talk about anything else but anything project that she's working on, or even like shoot, promote the DVD sales or a special collector's edition of Snow White or anything like that. And that would go leaps and bounds on what she could do, and
Hmm.
because even like the stuff that she's doing in London and stuff, it still had a little bit of drama to it. So unless she can stay off kind of like the drama where it's like maybe doing like a passion theater project with somebody, where it's like the whole concern is the project, right? And she could do like some like letting some fans free or something like that, something that she can give back to the theater community in a sense. That would go leaps and bounds. Anything that basically give to the audience, yourself and your time, I think it would go miles with her.
So here's the from AngeloWeber.com that she went number one again. This is in UK charts. That's good for her. This reinforces her Broadway career. How can she fix her career? So, and we're talking about movie career, right?
Right.
Because she's got a Broadway career. She could just say, you know what, I'm no interest in doing films. Just gonna do my Broadway film career. How can she fix her career? Well, I think right now she needs to show that she can be professional with the people that hire her. She was very unprofessional with the executive producer of Snow White when he requested that you take off the political statements because we have the Snow White opening. We're putting on everything into it. We've retooled it. We've reshot it. We've refilmed it. And she wouldn't. And I honestly believe that was the beginning of the end of her not getting any new work.
Right.
Because the number one thing is your rep, your reputation in the business. How are you to work with? How are you with executive producers, with people that put money behind you, that want to hire you? How are you on set with directors, actors, with other, with from the construction person, pulling cable, trying to make you look good, to the exec producer? How are you? How is your rep? Are you approved? She's not. She's not.
Yeah.
She's that, and that is the hardest thing to get back. It's not the politics, because the politics they actually agree with, right? For the most part, they agree with her politics. Um, so how do you do that? Well, if she wants to, that's one thing. Because she can just say, screw you guys, I'm just going to do Broadway and be a diva. That happens all the time. So Richard, and anyone curious, she would have to take a few indie film projects and prove that she can work with her bosses. And that's going to take a few years. I hear they're shopping around the um Marissa Tomei project they have. I think that's a good idea. I don't know if it got funded, and it was announced last March. That's not good. I think
Yeah.
I think there's a thing too where it might. She's still having to. She still has, in a sense, mud on her face from Snow White, because it's still the year of Snow White being the biggest failure. And part of that, there's still part of it is that they're blaming Ziegler for it,
Hmm.
right or wrong.
Right.
She's gonna have to carry that for a while, dude.
For a while, yeah.
So the other thing, Richard, is that she's gonna have to just kind of go radio silent and not care and not learn this lesson. It was like they were all trolls and I was living my truth. No, that might play out on social media and some garbage interviews, but you're not getting hired by your own people. Your own people aren't hiring you because Jenna's got has the same political views, Fletcher,
Oh yeah.
but she's far more classier and authentic. She doesn't put down her fam. She doesn't put down her fans. She doesn't put down the audience. She wouldn't think of doing that. I would be in total shock if she did that. If Jenna Ortega acted like Rachel Zegler publicly. So there's going to be, so again, the number one thing is trying to mend that professional reputation in the business. She's going to have to do a couple of small independent films the next couple of years. That's number one. And she's going to have to grow up in how she talks to the general audience.
Mm. Yep.
Those are the biggest things. I would say stay away from anything Disney. Stay away from anything like that for a few years. Because what Rachel does have, like Jenna, is that they're very young. And I would say 10, maybe even 20 years down the line, Rachel, let's say she mends that, like what I'm talking about, and she turns out a Liza Minnelli level performance, like in a cabaret type of movie, and she gets an Academy Award, like Catherine Zeta-Jones did for Chicago. You can't piss off your bosses.
Yep. All the people who buy tickets that give money to your bosses.
Well, listen, you're right. You need both. It's like, the left foot and the right foot. Absolutely. You need both. And you no executive producer is gonna front a movie of yours for 20 million, whatever it is, because no one wants to see you. I would say also too is kind of your peers, like Jenna's a peer, other young actors. See how they're doing it. See how they handle their careers. But she could just be so self-absorbed and a diva that she just doesn't care. And I totally believe that's where Ziegler's still at.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
I really do. Because when you piss off an executive producer like that, you got a rude awakening, man. And Evita's going to be done end of this month. The lights always turn off on an actor's career.
And it's not like she's promoting the next one, right? There's no like Evita, because they were talking about moving into New York, but that's still
they always talk about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So right now it has no second home because they would have already promoted it because you kind of need to. You're kind of running out of time. So, yeah, that's the rub, is that she has no second. Hey, check out my new project, because even when I was searching like online for anything about her just now, I don't see nothing coming up, no new project. And even in the theater side, there's no like, oh, I'm in talks with X.
No. And it's going to go dark. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. She can go and, because she has kept herself very busy.
Hmm.
I will give her that. So where are we? August. Um, so it's like over a year now. She's been working on these 2 Broadway musicals, and
Hmm.
in between promoting Snow White. So it seems that she's been very much in demand. But the truth is, it's just,
Yeah.
that's a contract obligation she had to promote Snow White. I think she did a decent job. I think, this past year, but last year, we all know what she did. So I think the best thing she could do is um, go on a hiatus.
Yeah.
Be good for her, you know.
Recharge and refresh.
Yeah,